Captains for both teams are meeting at midfield. It's number 9 Hardin Simmons of Texas versus number 4 Westminster of Pennsylvania. And again, the winner of this game will meet the winner of that game in the national championship game next Saturday at Civic Stadium in Portland. The coin toss by the officials. Our officials for this afternoon, the referee will be Ed Robinson, the umpire Walt Wolf, the headlinesman Blake Lozo, line judge will be Cliff Georgioff, the field judge is Dan Malcolm, the back judge is Gary LaForce, and the alternate is Mike Burton.
And the Wildcats, Tom, won the toss.
Wildcats of Baker with the white tops, black bottoms, and the orange numbers and trim, black helmets. And the kick going deep. Dave Gronick will be back there along with Joel Thornton. It's a line drive, and it will be taken by Thornton at the 10. This is Gronick actually at the 20. Gets away from a defender up the near sideline. He's got the 35, the 40 on his feet out to midfield, and finally ridden out of bounds into the Baker bench in PLU territory at the PLU. Doug King, the fullback. The wide receivers, Gary Greenwood and Jimmy Rose. We'll keep an eye on him. The tight end is Matt McAtee. Take a look at the offensive line here a moment as they line up out of the eye with the receiver wide left. Now the fullback goes in motion out of the backfield. They hand off straight upfield. They run into the wall at the line and power forward for just a couple. The center is Nathan Cordell. They'll send trips wide left on 2nd down and 7. A single set. One receiver goes right. Now a man in motion left to right is Rose. Back to throw. Sheldon throws. Caught up at the 41 and hit immediately and driven back is Joel Thornton, the extra
in their offense, the short passing game.
Extra receiver in, the tight end goes out as Rob Kutch checks in. He goes wide right, 2 left, 2 right out of the shotgun with a single sec on 3rd and 4. They throw near sideline. He short hopped his intended receiver, and that was Gary Greenwood up at the 39.
Chad Burnett, 97 punt returns in a career, new NAIA record we found out earlier this week.
Robinson back at his own 46, awaiting the snap from center on 4th down. The snap is back, and Robinson gets a foot into it. It is short but high, and it's angling toward the sideline and will go out of bounds inside the 20 at the PLU 17-yard line, and that is where the Lutes will start an offense. Quarterback leads the way out of Rogers High School here in Puyallup. Afternoon, Carl Kites, Cale Paland will also see some time. The offensive line, the tackles are Soski and Linerud. The guards, Curtis Benar and Jeff Douglas. The center is Brian Flatham. A 4-3 defense for the Wildcats. Weekly from the shotgun on 1st down has 4 receivers in on the pattern, 2 left, 2 right. Tang is the lone setback, off to the left. Weekly takes the snap, backpedals, has time, looks near side, and is caught by Stanley up at the 25 as the defender went for the interception, and the rifle arm of Weekly got it past the defender into the hands, marked right side. Shapiro will come wide right, trips go left. Weekly again in the shotgun, and again Aaron Tang is the lone setback. He is offset to the right, standing directly beside Weekly on 2nd and 2. Weekly backpedaling, throws, and it's intercepted at the 10, 5, touchdown, Leroy Brown. They tried to set up the screen to the near touchdown for the Baker Wildcats. Now the extra point attempt by Robinson. They will hold it down at the 10-yard line. Holding on the play for Baker will be Gronick. That silenced the crowd. Here's the snap. The kick is on its way, and it is good. Just sneaks into the left upright. 12:34 to go first quarter. And Pacific Lutheran football on 1180 KLAY. J.J. Aller has it teed up at the 35. He approaches the football, sends it high but short. And this will be an up back, taking it at the 20. Up to the 25 and runs into a pile across the 25 to the 26-yard line. Joe Turgeon on the return for the loop through the interception off the screen. Again, Shapiro will come wide right, trips go left. Tang the lone setback, Weekly from the shotgun on 1st down. Maybe changing up at the line as he looks left. Here comes the snap, handoff. This is to Tang. He's hit at the line of scrimmage, and that's all. No room up the middle as coming through the inside linebacker, Scooter Fulton, a Villafranca. Barnett will come wide right along with Gray. 2 receivers left, and Weekly again out of the shotgun on 2nd and 10. Man in motion is Stanley through the formation left to right. Weekly takes the snap, looking right, throws back left, has the screen, set up to Tang. Tang has a blocker from Flatham, up, downfield, into the open field. No one's going to touch him. He's to the 30, the 20, the 10, 5. Touchdown, PLU. And that mega play by the the Lutz, brought to you by Mega Foods on South 84th and Hosmer in Tacoma. And just like that, the Lutz are back in the ball game. Aaron Tang
After the races, once he turned the corner, and he came in first and scored the 73-yarder.
Here's Jamie Thomas for the extra point. The kick is on its way. It is up, and it is good. And just like that, it's tied up again. It's 7 apiece with 11:35 to go first quarter. Our score, the Lutz 7, the Wildcats of Baker 7. You're listening to Lute Football on 1180 KLAY. 35, he sends it high and deep. And this will be Thornton at the 2. He dropped the football, picks it up at the 5, breaks to the outside, across the 15, spins away from a defender, gets into the open field to the 20, to the 25, to the 30, hit from behind and driven out at the 35-yard line. Another nice return by Thornton. Often you will see when the return man fumbles the kick that somehow the breaking...
30 yards, pretty good average on 2 returns, and puts the Wildcats in great field position.
Gary Greenwood comes wide left. Jimmy Rose is in the slot. 2 receivers right. And Sheldon from the shotgun. Now he'll send his extra receiver. McAtee, the tight end, comes wide left, and the flags fly as they have... well, they didn't run out of time on that play. They may have been guilty of a procedure call, so that is going to cost Baker 5 yards. It is procedure against Baker. That'll move the ball back to the... Again, Greenwood and Rose will come left, 2 receivers right, and a single setback. Now here comes the tight end McAtee in motion again, right to left through the formation. On the snap, Sheldon back to pass, looks right side, throws it high over the head of his intended receiver. That was the reserve tight end, Aaron Hunter, 6'2", 202-pound sophomore.
Season definitely is a very accurate passer, but it's just 1 for 3 so far this afternoon.
From the eye, power formation with a wing left and 1 receiver, Greenwood right. They run the option play, and this is a carry over the left side by Jeremy Jones, and he spins his way out near the original line of scrimmage. Gain of about 5 on the... Rose comes left. Sheldon from the shotgun with 2 backs, split behind the offensive line. Now he'll send a man in motion out of the backfield, cuts to the near side. Sheldon looking right. Now he's running away from pressure, stepping to the near side, throws it to Rose, makes the catch, hit by Trevor White, gets away, and then driven into the turf with a first down across the 45.
For this Wildcat team, so he can hurt you a couple ways.
He comes wide left to the short side of the field. Ball resting hash mark left side of the Wildcat 48. 1 receiver right now, a tight end in motion. Hand out to the deep back. This is Jones breaking to the outside and wrapped down in the backfield by Albert Jackson. A loss on the check into the defensive huddle for PLU. They'll go with that speed defense. This puts Ted Riddell as a defensive lineman. He'll line up line right. It'll be 2nd down and 14. Rose in motion, left to right through the formation. 2 receivers left. Sheldon takes the snap. Here comes pressure. Throws immediately. Hits Rose. Defender White fell down. Roberts hits him, and then a crowd of PLU yellow-clad defenders come up and stop him after he gets up to midfield. Maybe to the piece Baker players. 2 receivers come left. McAtee and Greenwood. Rose goes in motion out of the backfield. Right to left. Thornton is wide right. Sheldon looking near side, throws complete to his receiver Greenwood up at the PLU 41. That should be a first down in PLU territory. 7-7 tie with 8:09 to go first quarter. Rose in motion out of the backfield, goes left to right. Sheldon getting pressure for the backside. Here comes Ted Riddell. He's got it. The ball is loose. Picked up. Guess who's got it? It's Albert Jackson to the 20, to the 10, to the 5. Touchdown. PLU.
It's deja vu all over again for Albert Jackson. This time about 43 yards. Ted Riddell came out of nowhere, blindsided Sheldon. The ball popped up, landed right into Jackson's hand, and he was gone.
Ted Riddell with a big hit from the blind side, and Albert Jackson, Johnny on the spot, picks up the loose ball and high-stepped it. And here is the extra point by Jamie Thomas. Out of the hold of Hoseth, the snap back by Trevor White. It's down, it's up, it's on its way, and it is good. 7:54 to go, first quarter. The Lutes take their first lead of the afternoon, 14-7 over Baker. You're listening to Lute Football on 1180. Couple off of fumble recoveries, 1 off an interception. Here's the kick by Thomas, and Thornton is dangerous. Will take it at the 10. Hash mark left side. Breaks to the outside again. Gets across the 15 to the 20 to the 25. Straight up field. Dragged down from behind across the 30 up to the 32. McElrath One of two PLU defenders to get downfield will come wide left. Greenwood goes right. Two backs along with the quarterback Sheldon behind the line of scrimmage, 5 yards off the line. Sheldon from the shotgun sends a man in motion out of the backfield. Jones comes to the near side. Sheldon takes the snap, looks over the middle of the field, throws, completes to his tight end, hit immediately by Benedict, the linebacker, after a gain of about 6. That'll bring up 2nd down and 4. McAtee, PLU is going to use their speed to get around the bulk. Greenwood comes left. A wing to the left side, and now Thornton out of the backfield in motion left to right. Sheldon inside handoff over the middle of the field and hit immediately up near the 1st down marker, and finally driven backwards is Jason White, the tailback. As he picked touchdowns, only one has been scored by the offense. That was PLU's 73-yard catch and run by Aaron Tang. 4 receivers set for Baker, and now a man in motion is McAtee, right to left through the formation, so that'll put trips left. Sheldon throwing quick to Greenwood, dropped the football at the 40. Defense was coming hard as Sheldon led him just a bit too much that time, and probably fortunate as Mangan will check out for the Lutz along with Arnold, and that again will put Ted Riddell as a defensive end. He'll line up wide right. Trips go left. I should say that's Rose in motion to the right. Back to throw. It's a quarterback keep. Sheldon throwing, deflected and almost intercepted. Trevor White stuck a paw out and deflected it and almost got it to deflect into the direction of Jason Fawcett for the look.
Not getting the time that I think he wants or needs to be effective throwing the ball.
Crowd on their feet on 3rd down and 10. Receivers, 2 left, 1 right. Sheldon from the shotgun sends Rose in motion out of the backfield, right to left, back to throw. Sheldon getting pressure. Jackson had him, and he's wrapped up back at the 30-yard line. And a flag comes in. We may have a face mask or a hold coming up. Roberts was also there. We'll wait. No, they just beanbagged the play dead at the 30. No flag. It will drop back for PLU at his own 35 down to our left, awaiting the punt by Chad Robinson. Robinson back at his own 16-yard line. The snap is back. And the kick by Robinson is angling toward the near sideline, will bounce, and Barnett's going to get out of the way, and this one's going to roll back toward the PLU 30 and will go dead at the PLU 29-yard line. So for the first time in a long time, we got a chance to see the PLU offense again.
18-7 lead. So it only took 2 plays on their first series. Check that. They've run play on their last offensive drive, also resulted in a score.
Tang and Barnett will come wide right. Tang in the slot. Stanley goes left. Tight end is strong right on 1st down. Barber, the fullback, the lone setback. Now Tang in motion right to left through the formation. Turnaround handoff to the fullback. Barber pushing the file forward. Finds a hole, makes a hole, and pushes it out across the 35 up to the 39-yard line.
There's any question at all on how Tom Barber's knee is.
Some smaller DBs in the game, and that time he had to make the stop. PLU crossed him up with a fullback run. It is 2nd down and 1 following the 9-yard gain. Man in motion with Shapiro. They fake. Weekly back to throw. Pump fake down the near sideline for Barnett. He's open at the 30. Makes the catch at the 20. To the 10. 5. Touchdown PLU.
Just like that. Now Tom Connor, again on the short end of the play that time, was trying to cover Chad Barnett one-on-one, and Barnett turned on the jets and found that seam down the near sideline. Mark Weekly have Barnett get behind him and get open.
Jamie Thomas back on the field for his 3rd extra point attempt of the afternoon. Out of the hold of Carl Hosett, the kick is on his way. It's true, it's up and through. And PLU has extended their lead now 21-7 with 4:36 to go here in the 1st quarter. And also the fumble recovery of 49 yards by Albert Jackson, and PLU traveled 10 yards. See if the front wall backs up. No, they don't. And so the kick goes deep into the end zone a yard, and Thornton is going to come out. He hesitated for a moment to the 10, and he's hit and gets away up to the 21-yard line. As now some extracurricular activity as Van Slichtenhorst was upended as he was coming back toward the tackle. As he will go wide right along with Greenwood. Greenwood will be in the slot. Thornton comes left. I formation. The backs behind Sheldon. He'll hand off to Rose, and Rose straight up field powers his way. Actually, that's a fumble on the play. PLU says they have it. They do. Up at the 24. That was Jeremy Jones. who was on the carry for PLU, and he lost the football, recovered by the Lutes.
I think it was John Ruby being in the right place at the right.
Is back on the field. Andrew Gray will go wide left. Hain comes wide right. Backs are split. Weekly under center. Stanley, the tight end, is strong right. Toss sweep. This is to Barnett looking for a block. Breaks to the outside. Stumbles to the 20-yard line. Flag comes down, and he is driven out of bounds into the PLU bench on the stop.
Mark Weekly kind of not pleading PLU's case, but
it's like a clip.
Yeah.
That's somebody on the back, about 25, to pick up the first down. Now a whistle by the official as they want an official's timeout here in the first quarter. Stanley, Tang, and Barnett will go wide left. Shapiro comes to the short side, wide right. Single set behind Weekly. Under center on first and long. Maybe changing up at the line of scrimmage. Turns around, handoff to Tang. Tang straight upfield. Big hole, breaks to the outside of the 30, the 25, stutter step to the 20. Drives a defender down toward the 15-yard line. They'll spot him out at the 8.
5 yards down to the 18.
Second down and 5, so give him 20 on the play. They put it at the 19, hash mark right side. Trips go left. Barnett, the lone setback. Weekly again, maybe changing up at the line of scrimmage. Now he's under center, takes the snap, handoff. This is to Barnett, straight upfield, has a block to the 10, cuts back at the 5, and down inside the 5 at the 3-yard line. A touchdown saving tackle by Cut again. We'll wait for the call, but it appears it's going to be against the Lutes.
And the flag not necessarily in that zone there, right around the line of scrimmage where the blocking takes place. Of course, the
Gavin Stanley had turned. Oh, it's a personal foul penalty against Central. I mean, it's first and goal from the Baker 1-yard line. Full house backfield behind Weekly. Let's watch for the 21 special. That's the quarterback sneak behind his center, Brian Flatham. Weekly under center. Turns around, toss sweep to Tang, left side, gonna run to the end zone, walks in for the touchdown, PLU.
I tell you what, Tom, when you're lined up on that right hash mark and you pitch it left to a guy like Aaron Tang, who's
down of the afternoon, 173-yarder, 1-1-yarder. There's the snap, and the kick is on its way, and it's up, and it is good. And PLU now leads it 28-7. 4 unanswered touchdowns by PLU. I want to remind you that this afternoon's game on KLAY brought to you by Parkland Travel.
The Lutes needed to go 18 yards in 4 plays like they did on the last drive to make it 28-7.
Here's Thomas's kick deep to the dangerous Joel Thornton. He'll take it at the 2. Heads up across the 5 to the 10 to the 15.
Wow!
Breaks to the outside of the 20, still on his feet. Stutter steps across the 30 in the open field to the 40-yard line, and Jamie Thomas pushes him out at the 45-yard line of Baker.
Excuse me, Tom, for going nuts.
25, hash mark right side. Jimmy Rose will come wide left. Greenwood goes right. Sheldon from the shotgun sends a man in motion out of the backfield. That's Kutch to the near side. Throw to the quick hitter to Rose. Hit immediately and stopped after a short gain of only 3 on the play. Is good gang tackling by the PLU defense. They have not had a lot of high-scoring games. They won last week 28-21 over Doane in the quarterfinals. Ball resting hash mark left side at the Baker 48. Man in motion, Rose out of the backfield. That's put Strips right. Sheldon back to pass, throwing over the middle, and it's almost intercepted by Trevor White. It was deflected off Greenwood. The intended receiver down at the 40-yard line of PLU.
Very unfamiliar position. We'll see how the Wildcats respond.
2 receivers come left, a single to the right side. Now a man in motion, Greenwood left to right through the formation. The snap back to Sheldon out of the shotgun, rolling right away from pressure, throwing on the run. It's caught, intercepted, and dropped by PLU's John Ruby. He got right in front of in the first quarter. And PLU with a 3-touchdown advantage. After Baker scored on a defensive touchdown, high snap, Robinson brings it down. Here's his kick, it's short. Angling toward the far sideline and will go out of bounds near the 20. They'll spot it out at the 22-yard line, and here comes the PLU offense, leading 28-7. They'll have it first and 10 at their own 22, hash mark left side.
Mark Weekly, 3 of 4.
He throws a touchdown. He adds to the records he's already set this year and closes in on others. He'll be under center on first and 10. He has Barnett wide right. Tane goes left to the short side. Barber, the lone setback, double tied in. Back to throw Weekly, looking right. Throwing, looking for Barnett. It's over his head up at the 31. That one's just a little bit too high. It goes out of bounds into the PLU bench. Barnett was go. The incompletion stops the clock. Gavin Stanley will come wide right. It'll be Barnett in the slot. The fullback, Barber, will line up as a wing right side. Tang the lone setback. Weekly fakes the handoff, rolling to the near side. Gets a block. Looking downfield, throwing over the middle, and it is caught up along the near sideline. Up short to the 36 for a first down for PLU. That was Andrew.
11.
Officially, they'll put it down to 35. Hash mark right side. First and 10 for PLU as we approach the 2-minute mark of the first quarter. Barber is the lone setback. Stanley, the tight end, is strong right, trips go left. Weekly takes the snap, drops back, has some time, looking, throwing deep downfield. He's got Aaron Tang down at the 10. Oh, and at the last second, it's knocked away, and a beautiful defensive play by the strong safety.
King has been ejected from the game. That was that personal foul for kicking Brian Flanham. So we'll see how the replacement, Tate McCormick, does for Darren King.
Tang in motion. Right to left through the formation, turn around, handoff, inside reverse from Barnett, back to Tang, getting a block from Mark Weekly, downfield, one man to beat, Franca drops him from behind in Baker territory at the Baker 47-yard line. Mark Weekly with the key. Ball resting hash mark right side, PLU moving left to right, Andrew Gray goes wide left, Shapiro in the slot, single set to the right side will be the end. Gavin Stanley, two-back set behind Weekly under center, offset to the right side. Weekly, wraparound draw to the fullback Barber, heads up field, up across the 45, down near the 44. They'll say his knee touchdown at the 45. A gain of only 2 on the play. Leroy Brown. PLU has been moving up and down the field, scoring touchdowns. They lead at 28-7. Weekly from the shotgun has receivers left and right. Two backs in the backfield with him are split. Tight end is strong right. Takes the snap, fakes the handoff to Shapiro, throws over the middle, wide open Stanley, the tight end at the 30, breaks to the outside, gets a block to the 25, and down at the 24-yard line. Andrew Gray with the key block downfield for PLU. Finally driven out of bounds by Marlon Graves.
Good yardage.
And again, the play action, the fake to Shapiro in the backfield really opened up the middle that time for the Lutes. Power formation with a wing left, double tight end, backs are split and offset to the right. Weekly turns around, fakes to Barnett, give it to Tang, sweeping to the near sideline, trying to get to the corner. He pushes over a defender at the 20 and gets inside the 20, down to the 18-yard line. Aaron Tang running like Tom Barber, and he runs 73 yards receiving on one play alone. Two receivers go left. It's Tang in the slot inside of Gray. Backs are split and offset to the right. Weekly may be changing up. The tight end shifting wide right now is Stanley. Weekly takes a snap, handoff to the fullback, big hole left side. He sprints up forward near the 10-yard line, has the first down. Tom Barber with another power run over the left side, and the PLU offensive KLAY. On the clock, PLU moving now right to left. Aaron Tang comes wide left. Barnett will go wide right. Barber is the lone setback, 5 yards off the line. The fullback behind his quarterback, Mark Weekly. Double tight end formation, Stanley and Gray, right and left respectively on 1st and 10. Weekly movement, and it's a question now of whether the defensive line was drawn off or they came off and over the line of scrimmage and made contact first, but it looks like the right guard for PLU moved and drew the defense off, but we'll wait for the signal. That is the indication. Procedure call against PLU. You set another one here this afternoon, breaking the NAIA Division II record for touchdown passes in a season now with 41. 1st and 10, two receivers go right. Backs are split and offset to the right. Weekly under center on 1st down, takes the snap, handoff Barber, the fullback over the right side, stumbles away from one, still on his feet down to the 10-yard line. Gets back to the original line of scrimmage +2. So he picks up 7. Immediately Andrew Gray will come wide left. Aaron Tang will be in the slot to the left. Barber, the fullback, lines up as a wing left. Barnett, the lone setback, is offset to the left. Weekly under center, takes the snap. Fake the inside handoff, rolling to the near side. He's going to tuck and run. He's got the 5. Touchdown, PLU.
Mark Weekly from 10 yards out. Nothing athletic to do.
White, the deep snapper, with 14:08 to go here before intermission. The snap is back. It's a little low, but White gets it back there, and the kick is up and good. 14:08 to go in the second period, and PLU leads 35-7. You're listening to Luke Football on 1180 KLAY. Okay, we missed the 60 at the end of the first quarter. We got to be keeping aware of all PLU sense.
Absolutely, 78 yards in 10 plays that time. Nice drive.
Jamie Thomas is going to keep it away from Joel Thornton with a little squib kick taken by an up back at the 22, and he's dropped at the 25-yard line by Todd Green, who comes in and knifes it underneath and flips him. And that apparently on that flip off the return. 14:03 left, and it's 1st and 10 from the 25 hash mark right side. Baker moving left to right here in the second quarter. Sheldon out of the shotgun, sends Rose out of the backfield in motion to the near side. Has two receivers left. Throwing, pressure comes, he chases himself out of the pocket. Pass is dropped by Rose up at the 35-yard line. Matt Mihelic
letting him happen.
Sheldon, who had a great completion percentage coming into this afternoon, is not having a very good afternoon. Out of the shotgun, takes the snap. Here comes the pressure. Throws near sideline for Rose. Threw it over his head. Good coverage by Trevor White as they sent him down the sideline. And Sheldon threw that one about 5. Receiver Thornton will come in. Joel Thornton, just 5'6" and 150-pound senior, but he's certainly having a game of his life here despite the team trailing. Low snap, picked up out of the shotgun, and Sheldon wrapped up, gets away from one pressure, throws on the run, and it is intercepted and then dropped as the defender, the receiver, Rose, came back and probably knocked it out of the hand of McElrath, I believe, or was that Green? 11-yard line, and Chad Barnett awaiting the football at the PLU 42 down to our right. PLU may be having a block on. They've got everybody on the line with the exception of Barnett. Here they come. Jackson almost got to it. They say they did get a piece of it. Barnett will fall on the ball at the 42-yard line. Jackson almost blocked it. He did bump the kicker, but the official made the motion as though he did tip the foot.
Received the punt snap as if, where's the flag? But you're right, the
rep that would allow them to do some things on special teams, such as block punts, fake kicks, fake field goals, and we've seen that here. They came after that punt that time. Almost got to it. Two receivers, one left, one right. Backs are split. Wakely under center on 1st and 10 from his own 42. Back to pass. Looking. Now he steps up in the pocket. Lots of room upfield. Jukes at one defender and falls as he's tackled from behind at the midfield stripe. Wakely rips off it. Technically, PLU is in Baker territory as Barnett comes left. Stanley goes right. The backs are split and offset to the left behind Wakely. Tight end Stanley is strong left. On 2nd down and 2. Wakely turn around. He'll give it to Barnett over the right side. Powers his way up forward across the 46 down near the 45-yard line, and that will be a PLU first down. PLU 35-7. They have it 1st and 10 at the Baker 45. Ball sits between the hashes. Power formation for PLU with a wing right side. Two backs split and offset to the red. Double tight ends. Stanley and Gray. Wakely back to pass, throwing over the middle, looking for Stanley, goes up high, had it for a moment, and that had it knocked out of his hands by the free safety, Rob Villafranca, the junior. It will be 2nd and 10 from the 45. Chad Barnett will come left, Stanley goes right, two backs split behind Wakely, under center on 2nd and long. Hand off over the left side, fake, it's the option play, fake the pitch, keeps it himself to the 40, down to the 30, and fished it back, and it's going to be loose and fallen on by the Baker Wildcats. Now we have a flag.
As play kind of trailed the play and just happened to be in the right place at the right time. We'll see exactly what the flag's about, but I believe the bottom line is that it's Baker football.
Wakely with one move too many. Should have held on to the football that time. The trailer, Tom Barber, was not expecting the pitch. Wakely had picked up the first down deep into Baker territory. It's an illegal forward pitch against Wakely. Baker 34-yard line.
Charlie Richards probably scratching his head saying, how does that roll work?
Andrew Gray will come wide left to the short side. One receiver right. Two backs are split behind Wakely under center on 1st and 10. Wakely takes the snap, turn around, give it to the big fullback. Barber over the right side, crashes across the 30 down to the 29-yard line. Picks up close to 6. Go wide right. Andrew Gray will line up as a tight end strong left. Stanley is strong right. Backs are split. Offset to the right behind Wakely. Under center on 2nd down. A long snap count. Takes the snap. Turn around. Give it to his fullback. Barber steps over down defender. Hurdles another one and gets up to the 1st down and more. Down to the 22-yard line.
So not quite 10 a carry, but good average nonetheless.
You don't think of ground chuck when you think of the PLU offense, but that's what Tom Barber affords them, the ability to run the ball and run time off the clock. We're down at the 11-minute mark. It's 1st and 10 from the Baker 22. Wakely will send Barnett in motion right to left. Option play. Wakely fakes the pitch, gets away from a defender, crashed across the 20 and buried near the 19-yard line for a gain of 3. Joe Turgeon's going to check in. Net will come wide left. Shapiro in the backfield with Turgeon on 2nd down and 8. Weekly under center. Takes the snap. He'll keep it. Getting pressure. Rolling to the near side on a busted play. Breaking to the outside. Running toward the sideline and out of bounds. He's going to get back maybe to the line of scrimmage. I think he wanted to give that one to Turgeon, the fullback, but Turgeon. Carl Kites is going to check in. Turgeon comes out. Weekly from the shotgun. One setback is tanked to the left of Weekly. Trips go right. Weekly takes the snap on third down. Backpedals. Has time. Looking over the middle of the field. Caught inside the 5 for a first down by Carl Kites. Sliding catch at the 3-yard line. Defensive back. The injuries early to the first game of the season to Alex Hill and Andrew Gray had a bum hamstring all season long. It allowed people like Cale Pylan and Carl Kites to get the opportunity to play. They've made the most of it. First and goal. Weekly drop the snap, picks it up, gets the fortuitous bounce, and then he's buried back at the 15-yard line. Leroy Brown was there, and so Stanley, the tight end, is strong right. Weekly under center on second down. Takes the snap, drops straight back. Here comes some pressure. He rolls on the near side. Looking, pointing, fakes. Looking, gets away again, rolls. He's got some room. Heads up field to the 15, to the 10, to the 5. Pushed out of bounds. Here comes a flag. Maybe a clip coming up against the loot. As Earl Purdue would say, that voodoo that you do so well.
But Mark Weekly continues to do it all.
There's a lot of defenders around the CFA and now around the country who have been shaking their heads after being baptized by a Mark Weekly scramble. It's second down and 20. Weekly takes the snap, rolling right, throwing on the run. He's got a man at the goal line, making the catch. Touchdown, PLU! Gavin Stanley with the reception and the touchdown. And that mega play by the Lutes brought to you by Mega Foods just off South 84th at Hosmer. Come in for another extra point attempt. His seventh, or I should say his sixth of the afternoon, the sixth of the first half. High snap brought down by Hosett. The kick is on its way. It's up and it is good. 9 minutes and 4 seconds remaining in the first half, and PLU is pulling away. Lutes 42, Baker 7. You're listening to Pacific Lutheran Football on 1180 KLAY. Still plenty of football left here. 9:04 to go first half and the entire second half to play. As Jamie Thomas tees it up at the 35. And here comes the kick. Short. Thornton will take it at the 10. Looks for his blockers. Heads up field to the 20. Stutters across the 25. And he's dropped across the 25 up near the 29-yard line. Todd Green and Carl Kites in on the stop. Along with Rose. Rose in the slot. Tight end McAtee is strong left out of the I formation. Sheldon sends Rose in motion left to right. Draw play to Jones. Jones out of the backfield. Breaks it up across the 35 out near the 40-yard line.
Ran out in the last 2 possessions for the Wildcats and the interception on the previous one.
Again from the I formation, Sheldon will hand off, and this is Rose. Tripped up at the line of scrimmage. Probably fell forward. Will get the first down. John Ruby with a great ankle stop.
First half.
Greenwood will come wide right to the short side of the field. The tight end McAtee has a wing right. Backs in the I formation behind the quarterback. Sheldon sent Rose in motion out of the backfield. Fakes to the fullback. Throws to McAtee, who's big tight end. Makes the catch and stumbles into PLU territory. Down to the PLU 48-yard line. Has been in PLU territory. Greenwood will break from the huddle. He goes wide left. McAtee is lined up as a wing left. Again from the I formation, Sheldon will turn around. He'll hand off to Rose. Rose breaks over the left side, breaks out of one defender, and gets up near the PLU 40. They'll spot him down at the 41 for a gain of Wood. Again will come wide right. They'll line up in the I this time. McAtee will line up as a wing right. It's more like a fullback as he lines up behind his right guard. Turn around. Fake the handoff, rolling Sheldon to the near side, gets away from one defender who falls, looking for some room to run to the near sideline, throwing on the run, and throws this one into the turf as he gets buried by John Ruby. Mike Greenwood in the slot. Thornton checks in, and he will line up as a flanker wide left. Rose in motion will line up as a wing to the left side now. From the shotgun, Sheldon takes the snap. Here comes the pressure. They set up the screen. They get it past Jackson down the sideline for the first down. Down across the PLU 35 to the 32.
Jackson set up and just about picked that one off. A lot of green room to run.
Greenwood comes wide right. McAtee the wing right. Option play near sideline. Hand off to the tailback over the right side for a gain of maybe 1, and that is it. PLU defense come from the huddle. He goes wide left to the wide side of the field. Rose and McAtee come right. McAtee in the slot. The backs are in the I. Now McAtee in motion. Right to left. Back to pass Sheldon. has some time throwing over the middle. He almost had the completion, but his receiver dropped the ball at the 25. Seth is warming up. From the shotgun on 3rd down and 9, Sheldon will send Kutch in motion to the right side. Quick snap. And the quarterback, Sheldon, is wrapped up and dropped back at the 35-yard line. The defensive pressure gets to him in a hurry. Jason Teal, Albert Jackson, Trevor White were all there as he could just not find it.
Forms over there, I'm sitting around, and one of them we know is Joe Turgeon's. Not sure what the other one is, though.
Man in motion on 4th down and 12. They're going to go for it. Sheldon rolling left, away from pressure, throwing on the run, down the far sideline, and it is incomplete as Greenwood juggled it along the far sideline. Pressure by Todd Green, take over on downs, and Carl Hoseth is going to come into the ball game and play quarterback for the Lutes with 4. So Hoseth takes over. He'll send Shapiro, or check that, Corey Bray goes wide right. It looks like apparently it's an injured shoulder for Mark Weekly. That's the word we get from Larry Marshall. Hoseth under center will turn around, toss sweep right side to Shapiro. Has a block in front of him. He takes that block for only a yard, though, as he could not get around that initial wall of defenders. Aaron Linnerud. Shapiro will come from the huddle. He comes wide left. Two backs are split and offset to the left behind Hoseth. Double tight end formation. Hoseth under center. Long snap count. Takes the snap, turn around, he'll give it to the second man through Corey Bray. He's hit immediately, gets back to the line of scrimmage. 2 unanswered points. Cale Pylan checks in, he goes wide left. Corey Bray in the slot to the left. Hoseth will operate from the shotgun with 2 backs split in the backfield. Now he'll send Shapiro in motion to the left. Takes the snap, rolling left, looking to throw, throwing near sideline, and it is caught on the comeback by Cale Pylan up at the 49-yard line, and that Bray and Shapiro will go wide right. Tight ends are strong left and right. Single set is Josh Requay behind Hoseth on 1st and 10. Movement along the defensive front. Turn around, give it to Requay. Finds a little bit of breathing room and takes it upfield into Wildcat territory down to the 45 for a gain of 6.
Offense as well as the first team offense really moving the ball effectively against Baker.
Hoseth with 9 of 16 during the regular season passing-wise. He has completed 1 here, 1 for 1 on this drive. 2 receivers go right. Requay is the single set. Hoseth under center. Takes the snap, turn around, give it to Requay. Hit in the backfield. There's a flag that comes out. Requay is dropped back near the midfield stripe as he was driven back on the play by one of the defenders who got through in a hurry for Baker, and wondering whether or not he was offside. It appears that he was. It was offside against Baker as they beat the snap count. Kurt sent. Carl Kientz will go wide right. Shapiro comes left. Requay in the backfield along with Corey Bray. They're offset to the left. Shapiro at 1st and 10. Lined up wide left on 1st down. Hoseth takes a snap, turn around, give it to Requay. Both hands wrapped around the football. Hurdles the right side for a gain of about 2 down to the 38. With him was lost the game.
They're up 35 zip and lost 56-35 to Oregon Tech.
2 receivers, 1 left and 1 right. Backs are split offset to the right. Weekly watches as Carl Hoseth operates the offense. Hoseth hands off. Corey Bray straight upfield into the open field to the 10 to the 5. Touchdown PLU. Corey Bray rips one off 40 yards and a touchdown for the Lutes.
Corey Bray has brought this crowd to its feet, well, I guess for the...
Here is Jamie Thomas for another extra point with exactly 1 minute left in the game. The snap is back. The kick is on its way. It is up and good. 1 minute left in the first half, and our score is now Pacific Lutheran 49 and Baker 7. And you are listening to Lute Football on 1180 KLAY. We'll be back after this 60-second timeout from Parkland Chevrolet Geo. Well, PLU gets the senior quarterback out of Baldwin. Brings the offense up to the line of scrimmage. Takes the snap, toss sweep back to the Jeremy Jones, the fullback over the left side, breaks into the open field, hurdles a down lineman and gets up for the first down, pushed out of bounds into the Baker bench.
Definitely not the numbers he's put up most of the season.
Rob Kutch comes wide right. Backs in the eye now. Jones, or Rose, I should say, out of the backfield in motion, left to right, back to pass. Here comes the pressure. Ruby dives over a downed lineman. It's intercepted and then picked off and actually caught by the receiver at the 35. I thought for a moment that was going to be picked. Bit of a wind in their face, though, as they throw the football. Not the wind we had last week in the game against Central, though. Sheldon operating from the shotgun since Trips left. Now man in motion. Jones out of the backfield comes left to right. Back to throw. Sheldon feels the pressure, throwing on the run, lofts this one up for Rose, and it's incomplete.
Oh, my.
Almost caught it on the deflection. Did he? Yes. He kicked it up left side. Trips come right. Thornton, the lone receiver, goes left. Sheldon getting pressure all afternoon. Will line up in the shotgun. He sends Jones out of the backfield, and here comes movement as Albert Jackson was firing off the line defensively for PLU, coming over the left end, and let's see whether he tried to beat the count or was drawn offside by the offense. I saw the right tackle move, but it's a question of whether it was before or after Jackson moved. It was procedure against Baker. That'll cost him 5, back to the 31. First half. Interesting to see John Ruby, the linebacker, is so all that for 1 second of clock time. Let's see if it plays a factor here in the last moments of the first half. Jones, the fullback, out of the backfield, left to right from the shotgun. Sheldon looking, pressure coming, breaks free, heads upfield, throwing on the run. It is knocked free at the last second. A good defensive play by Trevor White, who was sticking to the receiver like second half of the Western game, the UPS game, and the first playoff matchup. Was back last week for the game against Central. He's following the man in motion. Quick, here comes Jackson firing off the line from the backside. Ted Riddell wraps up Sheldon back outside the 40 to the 42-yard line. Another sack for PLU's defense. Ted Riddell caused a fumble early that led to a PLU touchdown. And now in the final play of the first half, Riddell comes through with another big sack. And that is the end of the first half of play here from Spark Stadium. And right now, PLU sitting on top, 49-7. You're listening to Luke Football on 11.
That's for 73 yards. Those 3 players all with 1 touchdown.
So we're just about a couple of minutes away now from the second half kick with our score at intermission: Pacific Lutheran 49, Baker 7. You are listening to Luke Football on 1180 KLAY. Play at Parkland Travel 30 here too. As we start the second half, a squib kick by Jamie Thomas through the legs of an up back, finally fielded by Gronick across the 20 to the 25 to the 30 and out to the 31-yard line. And that's where the Wildcats of Baker will take over, trailing 49-7. Will indeed play the second half. We also see, of course, Carl Hoseth warming up as well. First down for Baker from their own 30. Toss sweep to Rose. Rose, back that Jones on the carry, gets up across the 30 to the 31. May have got back to the line of scrimmage. Of course, caused the fumble that led to Albert Jackson's touchdown return. Has a couple of sacks. That tackle there. 2nd and 10. Sheldon puts McAtee in motion left to right, so trips are right from the shotgun on 2nd down. Sheldon getting pressure, throws to the short back, complete. And the catch made across the 35 up near the 37-yard line. Right, the back's in the eye, a wing McAtee to the right side. Sheldon under center sends Rose out of the backfield. Motion along the offensive line, draws the defense across. That should be 5 yards. Against Baker, that'll move him back inside the 35, near the 33. Procedure call as the entire left side of the Baker offense was moving prior to the snap. So on 3rd and 8, PLU will bring in that speed defensive unit, which means that Ted Riddell will line up as a defensive end. We'll keep an eye on him as Sheldon operates from the shotgun. Sends Rose in motion, right to left through the formation to the near side. Takes the snap. Here comes the pressure by Jackson. Jackson's got him along with Jason Teal. Back at the 25. Is there a fumble? There is. It is PLU football. Let's find out who got the football. On the bottom of the pile may have been Benedict, but it was Jason Teal up front, and then Jason PLU, Requay, and Corey Beret are the back, split and offset to the left with a wing to the left side. Double tight end formation for the Lutes on 1st and 10 from the Baker. 26, handoff, Requay over the right side, fights his way forward for a gain of about 4, and that will bring up a 2nd down and 6. We'll go to the receivers, the running backs, and the quarterbacks, but give credit where credit is due, and that is to the PLU offensive and defensive fronts. Gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 from the 24-yard line, hash mark right side, following the Baker fumble in their own side of the 50. Hoseth take the snap. He'll just hand off to Requay. Fights his way forward for just a couple before he's ripped back the other way. Gain of maybe one. Brad Schneider.
Of course, caused by Albert Jackson.
Highland and Bray will go wide left. Bray in the slot. Weekly from the shotgun with two backs split in the backfield with him on 3rd down and 7. He'll send Shapiro in motion out of the backfield. Taking the snap, rolling left. Throwing and almost caught as Shapiro leaped up at the 15-yard line but could not get a hand on the pass from Hoseth. This one down at the 30-yard line. That makes it a 40-yard attempt. Hoseth will hold. Trevor White is the deep snapper. Hash mark right side. Here comes the kick. It is up and it is good. He snuck it over. A 40-yard field goal for Jamie Thomas with 11:28 to go. 3rd quarter. It is now Pacific Lutheran 52, Baker 7. You're 2-7 early in the 3rd quarter as PLU capitalizes on the Baker turnover. Thomas approaches the football, a swimmer down the middle of the field, and this will be taken by Gronick. Now he's going to let it roll out of bounds back at the 15, so Baker will take over at their own 35-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for the early in the 3rd quarter. From their own 35, hash mark right side from the shotgun with a wing left and one receiver left. Now Rose in motion out of the backfield, goes left to right. Inside handoff to Jones. Jones hit from behind and dropped behind the line of scrimmage and rolls out of bounds. Back inside the 35 near the 33-yard line. In the starter blocks and at the snap of the football, we'll watch as they go after the quarterback Sheldon out of the shotgun. Let's look from the middle for PLU. Now they back off a little bit. Here's the snap back to Sheldon. Throw quickly near side. And right there to meet Rose is Mark Givens. Stopped him back at the 28-yard line. Textbook tackle in the open field by Mark. Kutch is checked in. He will go wide right. Rose in the slot to the right side along with Greenwood. Sheldon takes the snap, rolling right, throwing on the run, caught by Rose, gets away from one defender, wrapped up by two more, and finally pushed out by Benedict up across the 35, up near the 30 one more time.
We've seen Robinson kick away from the punt returners all day long. We'll see what he does this time.
The snap is back, and Robinson gets off the kick. This is a nice hanging boomer. Sends Seidel back to the 23. Makes the catch. Head straight upfield. Looked for a hole. Had one for a moment, but then was ridden down from behind on a nice tackle up across the 3rd. PLU and Carl Hoseth back onto the field offensively. They spot the ball at the hash line. Double tight end formation, and two backs are split. Shapiro and Requay behind Hoseth on 1st and 10 as PLU is going more with that double tight end power formation. Now that Mark Weekly is on the bench, Requay shifting in the backfield behind his quarterback. Long snap count, will hand off over the right side, and spinning across the line of scrimmage for a gain of 2 is Shapiro up across 35 to the
here for Frosty Westering. Certainly doesn't want to rub it into the Baker, but you can't tell your second team to just sit on the ball either, so we'll see what happens.
We're seeing some second-team PLU offensive linemen in the game now. Brian Flatham is along the sideline, the starting center, so he's not in there right now. Means Walker is snapping the ball to Hoseth. Blitz look, handoff over the right side, big hole for Shapiro, breaks it upfield near the 1st down. It'll be about a yard shy up at the 43-yard line as he goes over the right side between the hashes at the 43-yard line. All they have to do is get the football up to the 44 for the 1st down. Leading the offense up to the line of scrimmage is Brian Walker, the redshirt freshman out of Boise, Idaho, the center in the ball game now. Two backs behind Hoseth, one receiver left, double tight end. Hoseth quarterback sneak, and he drives the pile forward across the 45 up near the 46. He picks up 2 yards, actually 2-7. Hoseth has two backs, split and offset to the right. Bray is a wing right, double tight ends on 1st and 10 from his own 46. Ball sits between the hashes. Hoseth take the snap, turn around, handoff, Requay straight up field for a short gain of 2 over the right side. 3rd quarter. Shapiro has a wing left, double tight end. Two back split and offset to the left. Hoseth, the junior, out of Washington High School in Parkland, takes the snap. Give it to Shapiro. He's hit and dropped in the backfield. Good job coming upfield, the defensive lineman, Tate McCormick, who, of course, held, and Bray will come wide right. Pilot goes left, and Hoseth from the shotgun. Awaits the snap from center. Takes the snap. On the keep, drop play straight upfield to the 50, cuts back inside, down at the 45, a yard shy of the first down before he is finally tackled by. So here's a chance for Thornton to get a hold of the football. He's back at the Baker 10, awaiting the kick from Thomas. With a light breeze to his back, takes the snap at his own 40, puts the foot into it, high, booming kick, and a fair catch signaled for and made by Thornton back at the 8-yard line. So Thomas does his job, forcing Thornton to call the fair catch. 30 yards, but nice hang time by Jamie Thomas.
And you wonder where Thornton caught the ball. I thought if it's inside the 15 or the 10.
The left hash mark at the Baker 9. They'll put Greenwood wide right, backs in the eye. McAdee, the tight end, is right. Sheldon now sends Rose in motion. And now we have a whistle. And possible procedure call coming up here against Baker. And that'll move him back near the 5. It'll bring up first down at 15. There it is, procedure call against the Wildcats. Greenwood again will go wide right. The backs will be in the eye. McAdee has a wing right. Rose the tailback. And they will sweep to the right side with Jerome Jones. And he goes over the right side, crashes up back to the original line of scrimmage, far from the Missouri border. Greenwood goes wide right, backs again in the eye, and now Rose in motion out of the backfield. Sheldon back to pass, loops one over the top to his tight end, up to the 15, to the 20, and pulling defenders with him up to the 25. I believe that's Hunter on the reception. PLU's Mark Givens comes out of the pile with a foot right hash mark. Again, Greenwood will go wide right. McAdee is the wing right. Hunter, the tight end, is strong left. Rose, the fullback, in motion out of the backfield. Here's the pressure coming from Ted Riddell, and he meets the ball carrier as he handed the football off. And Jones is dropped back at the 20 for the Wildcats. As Thornton checks in, he will come wide left. Two receivers will go right. And Sheldon from the shotgun with his lone setback. Jones sends Rose in motion now right to left, back to pass, throws into the near flat to Jones, makes the catch across the 25, tripped up and dropped at the 26-yard line. Jason Teal legs on defensively. Here comes Thornton wide left. Trips go right. Sheldon from the shotgun. Jones the single set. Now Rose in motion right to left. Snap back to Sheldon. Looking near sideline. Throwing over the middle. It's incomplete as there comes the flag late as Givens took the head off of the intended receiver. Thornton at 5'6". Kind of hard to get up to go for those high passes and out. Greenwood meanwhile will come wide left. Rose goes right. McAdee is the wing right side. From the I formation, Sheldon will send McAtee in motion right to left through the formation. Back to pass. Here comes the pressure. Riddell almost had him, but he chased him right into the hands of the defensive front. Matt Mihelic trips up the ball carrier at the line of scrimmage. Quarter. And Baker is faced with 2nd and 11 following a 1-yard loss back at their 32. Left hash mark. Receivers left and right from the shotgun with two-back split. Back to pass Sheldon, getting some pressure, throwing over the far sideline for Rose. Makes the catch and driven to the sideline by Trevor White up at the 40-yard line. And left, the tight end Hunter will line up strong right. McAdee is the wing left in the I formation. Handoff, this is to the up back Rose, and he dives forward over the left side looking to get to the first down, and it looks like he has.
This is the 10th play of the drive. They're going to need to start to score a little sooner if they want to get back into this ballgame.
Trips left, and now a man in motion is Jones out of the backfield, right to left. He'll get the pass from Sheldon, and he's tripped up by Ted Riddell, who was down on the ground, had been blocked to the ground. He reached up and grabbed him and checked in. He will go wide right, backs in the eye, double tied in with a wing right. Sheldon under center will send Rose out of the backfield in motion left to right, takes the snap, rolling right. Here comes pressure, throws on the run. It is caught with one hand by Rose. Rose hurdles one linebacker. Here comes a flag as he gets up to the 45 of PLU.
I think the flag is that you can't hurdle a player.
Exactly. It's what they call a dangerous play as he hurdled the oncoming defensive back for PLU. Showed his athletic ability there, getting away from one defender and hurdling another. But in college football, that is considered a dangerous play and could be a penalty coming up here against Rose and the Wildcats. The officials are going to discuss, and it is personal foul against the Wildcats. It'll be on the 45, but it's all for naught because he was penalized for the maneuver. Two receivers come left. Greenwood in the slot inside of McAtee. Rose, the wing right, is in motion now, right to left through the formation. Sheldon from the shotgun takes the snap, throwing near side, looking for McAtee, makes the catch at the 45, hit immediately by Ruby. Trevor White and Mark Givens. 15 minutes away from a trip to the national championship game. They lead it 52-7. Here.
down, 9 yards to go for the Wildcats from the 46.
Put down the entire offense, the entire defense.
As we come back to the fourth quarter of action, it's 3rd down and 9. A fumble snap, and Sheldon will drop on it back at the 42-yard line as they start the fourth quarter with a play.
They move it about 50 yards, eat up about 7 minutes on the clock, and have to punt it away.
They snap back to Robinson. Here comes the pressure. They almost got to it again. They may have got a piece of it as it's rolling downfield. It was touched up near the 35-yard line, although it were rolled dead down near the 23. It was beanbagged at the 34. That's where Wildcats punts. They thought they might block a few. They thought they might try some tricks with their kicking game, but it's 52-7. You don't need to do any trick plays with your special teams coverage. It would just be kind of rubbing salt into the wounds. Hoseth continues at quarterback, one receiver right, handoff over the right side to Seidel, tries to power his way over the right side, hit at the line of scrimmage, and bounces forward for a gain of 2.
We'll just probably keep it on the ground unless it's a 3rd and long here and get this game over with as soon as possible.
Double tight end for the Lutes. Hoseth under center with 2 backs split and offset. DJ Seidel, the lone receiver, comes wide left, moving along the defensive front, and that caused one of the offensive linemen for PLU to move early. Somebody on the right side of the line. Might have been Mark Douglas.
I think it was Cale Pyland on the right.
With instructions to his defensive unit as they'll be heading back onto the field sometime here in the fourth quarter. Again, Seidel will come wide left. Reekwe shifting behind his quarterback. The backs are split and offset to the left behind Hoseth. Toss sweep to the left side. Cutting inside a block is Corey Bray. Gets up across the 30 up to the 32 for a gain of 3. Ridden down wide left. Corey Bray will be in the slot. Now they'll switch. And Pyland will line up as a tight end, strong left. One receiver right, out of the shotgun. Bray in motion left to right. Hoseth back to pass, has some time, steps up, throws over the middle. Wobbly pass caught up at the 35 for a gain of only 3. This afternoon will drop back to the 25-yard line to await the kick from Jamie Thomas. The punter will be kicking into what is now a pretty stiff breeze. The snap is back, and the kick is off. A high, booming kick, and this will be Thornton taking it and driven into the turf at the 28-yard line. Trevor White in to help out, but the initial hit for PLU was by guess who? Return on the punt by Thomas. Pennsylvania or Hardin-Simmons, Texas. They were playing in the other semifinal back in Pennsylvania this afternoon. From the shotgun, Sheldon with 2 receivers right now sends Rose out of the backfield in motion. Right to left, low snap, picks it off the ground, throwing near side, looking for, he's got 2 receivers in the area. Greenwood reaching out near the 4-yard line, right hash mark, and Sheldon steps under center with the backs in the eye, a wing left, and 1 receiver, Greenwood, goes wide left. Sheldon hands off to Rose, slanting over the left side, breaks out of the hold of 1 defender, gets up to the 35 for a gain of 5. National champions Findlay 24-0 in the quarterfinals, and now a 10-0 win over Hardin-Simmons. Backs in the eye, man in motion is Rose, left to right, Sheldon. Drops, rolls, near side, throw, ball tipped at the line of scrimmage. Caught on the tip by Rose at the 45, hit from behind, into PLU territory, down at the 40. Switch will go wide left. Sheldon under center will have Greenwood as a slot to the left side. The backs in the eye, and now Rose again out of the backfield in motion right to left. Sheldon takes the snap, rolling left, throwing on the run, caught by Rose up near the 40, dragged down at the PLU 41.
1920s, he says.
They put the ball down at the left hash mark. It is 2nd down and 3 for Baker. Rose will come wide right this time. And that's Jones in motion out of the backfield from the shotgun. Sheldon on the draw, on the quarterback keep, up to the 1st down marker and hit from behind and driven into the turf.
Tim Sheldon keeping the ball.
He'll get her. McAtee will come wide right. Greenwood in the slot, 2 receivers left. And again, Sheldon from the shotgun with 9 minutes left. And this is Rose in motion, left to right. Cuts upfield. Sheldon takes the snap, throws over the middle. It is complete to Rose, hit immediately, and Van Slichtenhorst will drop him at the 30-yard line for a gain of about 5.
A lot of the damage in the first half, a well-deserved break.
See Josh Arnold and Ryan Mangum playing on the defensive line. Here's the snap from the shotgun, back to pass, throwing. Caught and dropped by Hunter, the tight end, up at the 20-yard line, is in at the 8:10 mark of the 4th quarter. Greenwood will come wide right. Man in motion is McAtee through the formation, left to right from the shotgun. Sheldon drops back, throwing quickly over the middle. The ball hit at the line, deflected into the air, and intercepted by Larson for PLU, and he takes it back to the 25.
And the beat goes on for Baker University speaks again.
Not sure that wasn't even deflected off of a helmet of one of the offensive linemen at the line of scrimmage, and Larson came up and made the diving catch. So Hosath will bring the offense back onto the field with 8:02 left. Two split backs, and now they shift into the backfield. Double tied in with a wing right, toss sweep right side. This is DJ Seidel, breaks into the open. He hurdles a lineman. He heads upfield, gets across the 30. The ball is loose, and it's recovered by the Wildcats. So Seidel will come wide right, two receivers left. Greenwood inside the slot, and Sheldon, as he's done most of this game from the shotgun, he will send Greenwood in motion left to right, takes the snap, back pedals, heads up field, feels some pressure, throwing on the run. It's deflected by Van Slichtenhorst and almost caught by Folfs on the deflection. Percent of his passes, he was 222 of 326 for 26 touchdowns, had thrown 11 interceptions. Takes the snap, looking, throwing over the middle. It's caught by Greenwood. He's hit immediately and driven back by Christensen as he gets it up to the 25-yard line.
22 of 40 now unofficially on the after.
Sheldon now under center. On 3rd down and 4, will hand off to the up back, and sliding through a small hole was Rose, and we will wait for the decision by the officials as to what the penalty is going to be. Clock stops with 6:59 left.
Defensive coordinator Paul Hosath jumping up and down right before the snap on that last play.
Apparently he saw what the official did. That was a procedure against
not wanting to let the Baker offense find the end zone here in a big 3rd down play.
The official indication was illegal substitution. So probably too many men on the field. Quick pass over the middle of Greenwood, hit by Christensen immediately up, but up near a 1st down at the 20-yard line. A lift on the PLU side. They're going to stay to the end. From the shotgun on 1st down, McAtee in motion right to left through the formation. The snap back, Sheldon looking, throws to McAtee on a slant in, catches it down to the 15, down to the 13 before he's wrapped up by a host of PLU defenders. Folfs, one of those.
Information about next week's game down in Portland.
Greenwood goes wide right. McAtee is a wing to the right side, out of the eye, hand off to the first back. That is Jones. Should say that is Rose. Hurdles one down defender, gets up across the 10, slanting over the right side. Returned by Leroy Brown on PLU's first offensive series of the afternoon. Since then, though, they have been almost perfect. Handoff, Jones, left side, spins down to the 1-yard line. Cut down just shy of the goal line, so it'll be 2nd idiom. Fans for PLU on their feet. They want the defense to hold. Keep Baker out of the end zone. 2nd down and goal. And what do you have? Touchdown. Baker over the right side as it looks like Jones kind of dove. Dave Gronick is the holder.
And Robinson to attempt the extra point.
Snap is back, and the toe punch kick is up and through. 3:50 left here in the ball game, and PLU now leads it PLAY. We are back to action here at Spark Stadium. The kickoff by Baker goes out of bounds along the far sideline. So PLU will have hash mark right side, 3:50 and counting, and Ben Hunt checks in, and he will be the 3rd quarterback of the afternoon for PLU. And he will face up with double tight ends, a wing right, split backs. Takes the snap, toss sweep left side to DJ Seidel, breaks up field, stumbles his way up across the 35 up to the 39-yard line. It was the Bulldogs of Cumberland, Tennessee. They lost 61-7. And Baker's going down to defeat to the number 1 ranked Lutz by an almost equally wide margin. Hunt will turn around, hand off to Reekway over the left side. He powers his way up. Flag comes in late. He gets about 2 yards shy of the 1st down. And we'll check the flag.
You know, Tom, the paper yesterday referred to this Baker team as a fabulous Baker boys. You know, if this was a twin.
Now, the penalty is against the Lutz. It'll move the ball back to the 24, hash mark left side, 2:54 left in regulation. Obviously, all PLU is interested in doing is running out the clock. We don't look to see Ben Hunt throwing the football. He'll hand off over the right side to Seidel. Seidel will get hit and piled up behind the line of the offense up to the line of scrimmage. Of course, they need to get to the 45 for the 1st down, but Obviously, PLU is going to just hand the ball off to either Equay or Corey Bray and be content to punt it away on 4th down, but they run out of time, so they'll be penalized 5 yards on delay of game. That'll move it back to the 20-yard line, which was the preseason #1 pick by the coaches poll. So it should be an interesting matchup. 2 receivers come left, 2 back split, and Hunt under center will turn around, hand off second back through. Corey Bray breaks to the outside of the 20, looking for some room around the corner, gets pushed out of bounds at the 22. Short gain on the play of just 2, but throwing or left shoulder. And the wind really beginning to howl now outside. Here's the punt. They were coming on the block. They didn't get it. They ran into the punter, but they said that's a Hollywood act. There's no flag on Thomas's running into, or the
coming down. Gee whiz, I haven't seen it this.
Had this happened a couple of quarters ago, what would be happening out on that field right now? First down, handoff. New quarterback will hand it off to the first back through, and a short gain on the play. The playing time. Greenwood will go left. Rose comes wide right. McAtee is the wing. He goes in motion right to left through the formation. Turn around, handoff, second back through, trying to power over the outside, getting away from one PLU defender. Christensen almost had him wrapped to let the clock roll. Greenwood will come wide right. Rose goes left. Hunter is the wing. Handoff, second back through, and this is Hunt, and he's bottled up at the line of scrimmage. Mark Leaf and Josh Arnold come over, crashing through to make the stop. And 21. And Pacific Lutheran University is on its way to the 1993 NAIA Division II National Championship game next Saturday at Civic Stadium in Portland as they knock off the Wildcats of Baker, Kansas, 52-14. Frosty Westring and Charlie Richards meeting at midfield, as are the teams, as the Lutes put it together here, a complete package on offense and defense, and they riddle the Baker defense for 52 points. Stay tuned now.